To you guys. I hope you're doing well wherever you are around the world. Welcome. We are doing, you seen the title? We are going to be learning how to paint a realistic eye with water mixable oils. So I hope you guys are excited. Grab your paints, your pens, and all the things, and let's get into it. So, as you can see, I pulled out a plethora of different things, but you can use any materials that you have available. You could even use acrylic or whatever. It really doesn't matter. This is just about a cozy, chill session. We're having a good time and relaxing, right? Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are out there enjoying this beautiful weather. It is gorgeous out there, okay? So gorge. And if you happen to be pun the replay, put down hashtag replay crew and tell me where you're from and whether you was painting along with me. You could always carry me along with you as you flow through your Sunday and do all your activities in the background. But what's popping, you guys? I'm excited for today's live stream. I know I usually don't do oil paints on this channel, but I was like, I don't really have any like major tutorials on it either. So I was like, let me go ahead. I haven't done oils for real on here at all. And especially water mixable oils. Water mixable oils is totally different than regular oils. Now, I don't have an example of regular oils because that's actually somewhere else. But this is what my favorite brand of water mixable oils is Windsor and Newton. And why is that my favorite brand? Because um it is affordable. It you can get it in a variety of colors. You can also buy them individually if you happen to be near a Blick or Plaza Artist Materials. So it's very yeah, it's very convenient, it's very available. It's very all the things. Okay. So that's why I went with Windsor and Newton, but they do have other brands of water mixable oils. And you're probably saying, like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, oil paint, usually you don't use water mixable. You can't usually use water with oils, but with water mixable oils, what they did is genius. They kind of played around with the chemical compounds of the oil paint and the emulsion or whatever they did, and they took out one of the components where you can actually use water. Some purists like to say that it's not the same thing, it doesn't look the same, da 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 da. But I've begged to differ. I do feel like maybe the regular oil paint is a little more luminosity. But however, I do feel like this does it. This gets it done for real. I'm not really mad at it. But yeah, I'm gonna put some of it out. I put out a variety of colors. If you don't have the reference photo, you can get the reference photo as well as the traceable for today's project over on my Patreon. And it's at patreon.com/creative real color. There is the banner, and you can check it out over there. Okay. I have all sorts of stuff over there. Traceables, reference photos, and other things. And speaking of that, I'm gonna give a big, huge shout out to my patrons. Shout out to the patrons. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for supporting your girl. And oh, I would also recommend that you wear gloves and that you also have lots of rags nearby. I have my rags in my hand. Oh, you see, I have lots of rags nearby. I would definitely recommend that you do that. Okay. Now, I'm putting out my favorite color, magenta. You know how I feel about magenta. But you can use whatever color you want to use for it. I'm not really mad at word away. Chris hanging. See what's going on? I forgot my You really don't need a lot because oil paint is super duper um super duper concentrated. You really don't need a lot of this stuff. Um and I'm kind of just going to put out a lot of browns and reds because in our reference photo, ooh, which I forgot to put up. Uh Sorry about that, you guys. But I'm putting a burnt umber. I got some phthalo blue. Um there. And I'm also using my sketch pad, my specialty sketch pad slash canvas pad, which is basically it's a canvas type material in a sketch pad form. Right, that's the only way I can like explain it. That's the only way I can explain it. I'm on a romantic call. I'm talking to my baby down in the yard. I don't know why I've been like singing that song left and right. It's been insanity. Why I've been singing that song. And yeah. I'm on a romantic call. Sorry, I need to get my live chat up. I need to put the live chat up so I can see what's going on. But yeah, that song has been stuck in my head. For those of you that get what that song is from, and these paints are so old. Ugh. Some of them I'm not gonna be able to get open, which is fine. Because I've had these paints for a very long time. So, ooh, okay, so let me put out some burnt sienna. And I'm using my glass palette. I definitely highly recommend that you get a glass palette. Use a lot of wipes. Use a lot of like wiping material because you definitely don't want anything getting onto your skin, even though it's like water mixable, but it's like very messy, very nasty. So yeah. So I'm keeping my rag in here. And you definitely want a lot of white. I'm gonna use some of this cadmium yellow. I'm just putting out like random colors just in case I end up needing some. Really, I'm like surprised this has lasted this long because these paints are like a couple of years old. I haven't bought like water mixable oils in like the longest time. So it's it's quite remarkable. All right, I just need to make sure my audio was working. I really need to wear my headphones, but I do not like wearing my headphones. So there you are. Anyway, I'm gonna put timestamps down below if you guys are interested in that. I will put timestamps and make it a lot easier for you to jump around. And I promise I will do it this time. I know I usually don't do it like I should. But it's like time gets away from me and I get so distracted that I don't know. All right. So I think we got enough colors out. I'm not gonna get like too. Really, I should have some red, but I'm gonna substitute the red. Now we're painting like a Caucasian skin tone, so to speak. This is what we're painting. Show you. So we're doing it as you can see. It's like a Caucasian skin tone, which is gonna require lots of yellows and reds and oranges and stuff like that. So you won't need to go too dark, but you'll probably only need to use the darks for like the darkest colors and yada yada yada. But yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. Mm. I'm on a romantic call. All right, and then I'm gonna put out some white because you gotta have white, especially if you're doing like stuff is so thick. Especially if you're doing like Caucasian skin or like a lighter skin, you're gonna need a little more white than you would normally use, especially for African American skin tones. So definitely think about that as you kind of flow through. As you kind of flow through. Mm, 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 mm. And don't forget, you guys, even if you pun the replay, no matter where you are, don't forget to hit that like button because it helps my channel out. I appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe and join the family. We would love to have you. I don't know what happened to my other ring. My other ring has left the building. So okay. Okay. All right. So we have everything prepared now. Now I'm gonna get into brushes. So brushes, usually you wanna go ahead and prepare your palette, kind of do all your mixing and stuff like that beforehand, before you even get into anything else. You want to start doing that first. And I usually like to do that with a palette knife. Is my favorite. And actually, I think I will get some red. I mean, you could use the quinacridone magenta for like the reddish whatever tones, but I think it's better to have like a red tone. But I guess it depends on the person too. And they have like the red orange like undertones. Okay, so I have my palette knife as well as this is one of my brushes. It is a by Winsor and Newton. Shocker. So Winsor and Newton. Winsor and Newton. Okay. And I don't really like this brush too much. However, it is supposed to be an oil painting brush. I would definitely recommend that you have a separate set of brushes for oil painting. That's something to really think about. Even though we're going to be using this as like a water mixable medium, but the medium of oil paint is still totally different than any other medium. So you want to have a separate set of brushes for that. Okay, definitely. All right, so I got that brush out. I got my palette knife. I think I'm gonna use this. Came in like a water, not watercolor, but this came in my wash set of whatever. But I really like it, so I'm gonna use it for this, and we're gonna see how that kind of works out. And here's one of my other favorite brands, brush. They both by Princeton, but they are different types of brushes. This is a Princeton Aspen, and this is a Princeton Summit. So this is more for like maybe acrylics, but you could also kind of intertwine it. I'm gonna use this for the smaller bits like the hairs and stuff like that on the eye, like the eyelashes, eyebrows, and yada yada yada. I'm gonna use the Summit for the other things that I need. Like I'm gonna use the Aspen for like this is definitely a thicker, more sturdy brush. These brushes are a little bit more expensive. They're a little bit more pricey, Princeton brushes, especially if you get into like different brands. It's definitely gonna get a little more bit more pricey when you get into these different brands. But yeah. Um I'm on a romantic call. I'm talking to my baby down in the yard. I don't know. So I'm gonna use my water. Oh, and I do want to get like a different color paint. See. Get a different color paint. But I have red. Not even yellow. Raw sienna. Did I put out yellow ochre? I don't know. I swore I put out yellow. Huh. Very odd. This is definitely not what I wanted, but that means I'm gonna have to go buy something. I feel like some paints are missing. So I don't have red and I don't have yellow ochre, which I would naturally use in like a skin tone. So, we just gonna have to wing it. Okay? We're just gonna have to wing it. All right. So I'm gonna get started and we're gonna go like in for eye. I'm so used to like spraying my palette, but you really don't need to spray your palette with oil paint. That's the good thing about that, is you really don't need to. So, and you could actually do like an underpainting. So go over it lightly with like a whole nother color if you wanted to, but yeah. I'm on a romantic call. I don't know why that song in my head. So I think I'm gonna start with like the shadows and stuff like that, and then we'll kind of slowly go in with like other colors. Hmm. Trying to figure out what shadow I want to put right here, and what I really want to do. Let's go with this. And see how you can go in, and look how you could just wet it. See that? No fuss, no muss. Just go in and wet it. Gonna take a little bit of this quinacridone magenta to kind of whatever, and I feel like I'm gonna do mostly like a reddish brown. Because their skin is gonna have a little bit more of a reddish undertone. And the more you wet it, the more, you know, just wet it. The more liquidy it will become, which is great. It's wonderful. The more liquidy it will become. Now, when I was like, I think I switched over to water mixable oils because of the fact that I the gambling and like the heavier solvents were like way too much for me to handle. Hey y'all, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome in, honey. So the funny thing with with oil paint is that you better be sure that's what you really want to do when you go in and actually do it. Because if you're not, it will be very hard to go in later on and do something else. So definitely make sure that's what you want to do before you actually do it. And this brush is not heavy enough, so I'm going to get rid of it. This brush is actually a little bit too flimsy. So, and make sure you clean your brushes off after every time you use these oil paints, because if you don't, you will be in a whole world of trouble. And you don't have to rush through things when you're using oil paint either, because, yeah, oil paint is going to take 50 days and 50 hours to dry. So you will be here for quite some time trying to figure out your life. I'm trying to figure out, let me see if this brush will work for me. I'm trying to get a brush that's going to work for me. Um, okay, I seem to like this one a little better. But it's not a round brush, and I want to be able to go in with mm, Alright, so I'm gonna get a little bit of orange, a little bit of red. That's gonna give me kind of the red I'm looking for. And I'm gonna get some white. And if you want to tone down that white, I would suggest you get some green or something to tone down that white. I mean, tone down that red. Since I don't have the colors that I want, the ones I'm gonna go with. Because I need like a reddish, kind of whitish, whatever. That's kind of what I'm gonna use. That seems to tone things down a little bit. You can always dip into a little bit water if you want to go like a little bit whatever. And happened to my Wesson. I don't have my yellow ochre, so I'm gonna go into yellow. Lemon yellow. That is strong. Semi strong, semi strong, really strong, really strong. I'm gonna use this for like the um. This color is going to be my shadow color for her face. Or their face. I don't know whether it's a woman or a man, but that's gonna be the shadow color. And I recommend you get two brushes. You want to have one for painting, another for blending, or you can just do it however you want to do. Okay. So I like this combination of color. I'm gonna keep kind of going with that, I guess, and just like pound on that, maybe. Here. Again, I'm still working with the shadows, doing stuff like that. Wiping off my brush at the same time. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a lighter color. So I'm going in with some orange, raw sienna, the lemon yellow, yellow and blue. I guess you could put a little bit of blue if you want to kind of tone down these colors, maybe. And I'm still adding my white in there. The white is gonna kind of give me what I need as far as like a lighter value, like a yellowy value. That's what kind of what I'm thinking of. Mm. And that seems a little bit too yellow. A little bit too yellow. Look at that, that's really yellow. There, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter. Just keep adding some white. If you need a little bit more liquid, just go in with the liquid of it all. Since this is gonna be then add a little pink to it. Some people don't blend. And right here is where we get a little darker. getting a little darker and darker. And then put a little bit of this yellow in here. I'm gonna go right in here. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, this area of the eye is gonna be a little bit darker anyway, so you know. And you could blend as you go, like blend as you go if you blend as you go if you want to. I could also spray some stuff because it is water mixable. And we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Hey, D's in the house. Hi, honey. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. This is what I love about oil paints is you can go in, you can blend forever. You can make things so luminosity, so beautiful. Like the sky's the limit. It's like insanity. I was today year old when I found out George W. Bush was an artist. Really? Yeah, I knew he was an artist though. Well, supposed artist. I don't know how good he is though. I never seen his work. Never seen his work, so I'm not sure. You know? Not sure. As you can see, I'm kind of going in and I'm blending or dabbing in certain areas to add variation. And it all looks super blotchy. Now, for impressionistic painters, you can make it blotchy. You could do whatever you want, right? Like it'll be blotchy. Not blotchy, but impressionistic painting, you can go in and add color, blocks of color next to each other, but just make sure that they're harmonious and they kind of make sense. Oh, speaking of that, I don't think I put this. I did put the reference photo for you guys on Patreon if you guys are interested. But I did put the reference photo as well as all the materials that we're using. And I don't remember whether I put the traceable or not. But yeah. How is your day though? What's been going on? Catch me up. Oh, now that I think about it, I need to record it. Oh no, you at work? How's work going? How's work going? I'm gonna put a very thin wash of. I think this thumbnail has been throwing people off. They're probably like, "Who is that that's live today?" I love this. I think I'm gonna get back into oil painting. I'm gonna put a thin. I'm gonna put a very thin kind of like wash, not wash, but um, yeah, just a thin. No, I don't want it that way. I don't want it like that. I love oils, but they are so sticky and tricky. Oh yeah, 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 they are. But you know, we're using the water. Have you used the water mixable oils yet? Water mixable oils are so much more fun to me, and it's less sticky and icky and like whatever problematic than the other, like regular. Because if I was using regular oil right now, I would have to turn around and really get in here. I would have to have like all the mediums, all the drying agents, all the this, da 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 da, and I would have to probably use some gloves. Definitely real. I don't know what color this is. I think this is like a burnt sienna. So I'm just gonna put burnt sienna. And I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna have to go in like separately and put the hair, but now I'm gonna put this because underneath your eyebrows, you're gonna have that shadow. You know what I mean? And the fun thing about oils, you can go back and do something else. That's the fun thing about oils. You can definitely go back and be like, I don't like that. I don't like it. You know? Okay, so I think I'm feeling this brush. You remember this brush I got out of the gouache? This thing has been coming in handy. It's actually thick enough. I had a feeling this was gonna be thick enough for oil paint. So I think I'm kind of in love with that. You definitely want to wash off your brush in between sessions. I don't want it too wet because that's just so gross. So gross. So nasty. I'm gonna use the same thing. Put that here. And you can like blur your lines. You could do so much with oil paint, you guys. Like, stop playing. I know your boss is sick of me. Everybody like, why is this girl always watching her? Oh man. Oh man, it's funny. So I'm starting up here, but I'm gonna be careful not to put nothing here because I don't want to put my hand in it because that's just gonna be disgusting. So I'm gonna work on the inside of the eye and then work my way out. That way I don't stick my hand into the paint. Stick my hand in the paint. Alright. All right, so I need a black paint. So I'm gonna mix some burnt sienna and my blue color, and that's gonna give me like a dark color. And because I don't think I have black, do I? I do. I don't think I have a black. And I also gotta wash this out. Definitely clean your brushes in between, because this is gonna be so disgusting. So I'm going to add. It's okay if you have a mixture of colors inside of your paint. So that's mostly blue, you can see. I need to add more brown. Gray it out. So gray it out. And I'm gonna put this in here in the eyeball. The eyeball. Ew. Um, okay, so I'm gonna go in here. This is in the. I'm gonna make sure I get these things right. This is why it's really good. I made the eye super big because I wanted to be able to go in and make mistakes and fiddle faddle around and da 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 da. So that's why I made it like that. And I'm looking at my reference photo too. So that's what I'm looking at. No, I tell you guys all the time the eye is not really white. So kind of why I'm using that gray to go in and do stuff with the eye. Now I'm gonna lighten it up. I'm gonna lighten it. But I'm still keeping the same color inside of my brush. The eye has like a lot of weird kind of colors in it. In the white of the eye, the sclera, I think it's called, because then you got the pupil in the middle. It's good to kind of know the different variations in the eye, but hmm. You could even put a little bit of pink in there. Look, I see some blue in there too. Huh? And put a little bit of blue in there. A little bit of blue in there. Which is gonna make it a lot darker anyway. Make it a lot darker. Getting super bright in here. It is. Super bright, super bright. And yeah, I'm just going in with the straight white, but it still has a mixture of like different colors in it. I'm wetting it a little bit. And the white colors is mostly going to be right here. This is like my lightest version of the that's like my lightest version of the white in the grayscale. My lightest version. I'm still going in with some. I'm going over the pupil. Great, very exciting. All right, so we filled in like the pupil of the eyeball. Or not the pupil, but we filled in the white part of the eye somewhat. I will come back to it and add some more stuff, but I want to fill in the other part, and I'm going to open this up. I have another water right here. And all right, and I'm actually having fun, you guys. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, all the things. Share it out. Sharing is caring. The whole 9 yards. Help a sister out. Trying to figure out. I don't know what happened to all my oil painting brushes because I haven't painted with oil in quite some time, so I really don't know where everything is. But white's fun. Wait, hold on. And if you haven't seen the reference photo, here it is again. You can see it. Boom. That's what we're looking for. She's gonna be a little more yellow than I would like her to be. However, we're gonna make it work. Because I don't have red and I don't have my yellow ochre. So it's gonna be a different variation, but the values and the look is still gonna be the same. Still gonna be the same. Ew, I got something on me. Alright. I don't know what happened. So trying to find my brush. Mm, right here it is. I really don't like this brush for what I need, but I'm gonna use it anyway. And then get right back into that blue I had on my palette. Straight up blue. I don't know what I'm using, like a phthalo blue. I don't know, but anyway, I'm gonna go around because it's always gonna be like a dark ring around the eyes. Especially if you have lighter eyes. It's the lighter the eyes, kind of the darker the ring. Again, this is not a good brush for any, but I'm gonna try to make it work. Really not a good brush, but hey. This works better in like acrylic paint. Okay, cool. Very exciting. So in the middle, I'm just gonna pop in our pupil. Is always gonna be super dark, and the size of the pupil is gonna depend on whether you're inside or outside, or whether you're looking at the sun or you're not looking at the sun, whether you're scared or you're not scared, whether you're on drugs or you're not on you know, so it's all up to you, okay? Your pupil size and how dilated it is. I just made it into a watercolor. This pupil seems to be the regular small size. So there you go. The more you water down these oils, the faster it will dry, but it won't be as opaque though. Think about so I'm feeling happy with that. Yes, I am. Feeling very happy with that. And I'm gonna start off now. The funny thing is, in this person's eye, they have. Let me show you. I don't because I don't have my reference photo up. They have, if you look, they have orange and like a ring of orange around it, like a fire ring around there. So that's gonna be tricky because orange and blue is a complementary color. So it's just gonna make it black if I kind of mix them together. So I don't know. It's gonna be really tricky trying to figure out that color combo. Trying to figure out that color combo. Oh man. So let's go into the orange. I'm gonna get into a little bit of this. I'll use that for this. Try not to touch that blue, because remember, that's wet. Touch that. It's gonna make everything blue. I'm trying to stay on the edges here. You see, it's still bringing out that blue in the edge. It's bringing out the blue in the edge. And now I'm going to get into this orange. Get a little bit of orange in there. Try not to let it get into the blue. Definitely do not want that. Let it get into the blue. You're going to have a world of trouble. It's going to turn all sorts of crazy colors. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Now I'm going to get into light blue is what I want. So you want like, I'm going to add white to the phthalo blue. And I'm trying to keep it away from the orange because I definitely... I definitely do not want that. I'm just going to push that orange up lightly. It's crazy. I wonder if this is like... I don't think I've ever seen anybody's eyes look like this. Or maybe, I mean, I've seen pretty eyes before. So I guess there are people's eyes that have looked like this. I just... Once I kind of block this in, then I'll go in with some other color. Alright, so now... going in with that same dark color, even though I have white on my brush, but it doesn't matter. And I'll blend it out as I see fit later on. Okay, up here is a more of a... this is a dark color. I'm gonna go in here with like a darker black color. I don't know how to explain it, but... And I'm going back in with the kind of put some texture in there for real. To give it that like stripy, I don't know how to explain it, but like that stripy texture. Ooh. Yeah. That stripy texture. I think I'm gonna do some more oil painting. Yeah. I forgot how much I really liked it. I really like oil. Okay, I'm just reinforcing that color, but I'm dipping into the white. And if you're painting along, especially pun to replay, you're not alone, okay? Um, you're definitely not alone. So keep going. Into this area. Trying to get a black color, so I'm gonna put this in here. And get that dark color back in there. Get that color back in. I'm gonna have to change my thumbnail. All right. Now I'm gonna get into my lighter color. Gonna fill that color in. All right, so I did that. What I wanted to. Hold on. Let's get into this. That in. And then I'm gonna get some of this pink color. I'll put it here. Put it there. Put it there. Back into my white and the pink. Very easy for you to contaminate colors, so be careful. Um, Definitely don't want to do that. Definitely don't want to do that. All right, now I'm gonna get into back into this other color. That white. There's this some pink. And I'm trying to avoid the blue and the other color that I put down there. But it could be hard. Especially if I don't have, if you don't have the right brush too. It's tricky. I gotta keep refreshing my breast because my breast. I gotta keep refreshing my brush because if I don't, I'm gonna have some issues. All right, so I'm gonna go in with that color I originally had. Right about here. And right about here. That's why you gotta mix your colors. I mean, usually I would have mixed my colors beforehand, but here we are. Started at the bottom, now we're here. And I didn't put the different whites in there either. Orange and blue. I'm gonna put some like pure white in here. That looks crazy. Hmm. I need that. I need that like red. So I could have like more of a skin tone. It's getting messy. Hmm. Coming together. So you gotta come in. You gotta make sure that you're doing. I'm just reinforcing this shadow right here. Reinforcing the shadows of a tool. Reinforcing it. And I'm going in, I'm kind of like blending things out. The funny thing about oils is you can go in and blend things out, which is great. Scared the hell out of me. You can go in and blend things out. Putting the whole situationship here. And you. These are definitely good to do from time to time because then you get like the hang of what's going on. I'm liking like the impressionistic style, but you could always blend. I'm gonna blend here. You can always blend if you need to. Always blend. And I gotta put out more white. I'm getting low on white though. That's the problem. Now, I think I'm gonna need more white too. I gotta blend in. Trying to squeeze it out. Squeeze it. Oh, there we go. And hmm. Still got this stuff on my. Some, uh, add a little bit more weight to it. Mm, I'm just kind of blending things out. That's what you can do to kind of make it smoother, make it look better. I mean, I like it with the yellowish in it, so yeah. I think I'll add a little bit of the yellow right here. And unto you. Ooh. Hmm. starting to come together. Starting to look kind of how we want it to look, right? I'm dipping into the whites. And I'm gonna go back into like brown. I don't even know what that brown and blue, and that's gonna give me somewhat of a gray. Ooh. I'm gonna reinforce that gray again. Yeah. All right, and then I'm gonna take some like middle gray, whatever, just to have something on my palette. I mean, on my brush. And I'm going to get some of this. I'm gonna put some of this in here. All right, so now I'm gonna get into this like darker color. Ooh, you know what? Yep. Ooh. A good time to stretch your legs. Stretch it out. I think I'm gonna raise my stand back and kind of look at what you got going on. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna put next. I'm gonna put something on the eyebrow. Roll my. Table. Here we go. So I rolled my desk up. And um, I'm gonna go in and put these hairs in. I'm gonna do it in like a sweeping kind of motion. The weeping motion. It's more like a brown hair, but hey. Yeah, close but no cigar, right? I'm gonna get close to it. Sorry, that is in your face. You can always leave it too and let it dry. Okay, so it looks a lot better than it seems. mm. And I'm gonna go in with more of that blue. I need that to be super dark right here. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with the orange. And let me wash up this brush. And a little bit of yellow. Happy Sunday. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday. I'm gonna do a little bit more white. And it has like little bits of like orange in there, but it's just no way I'm gonna get it in there. And I need to blend this eyebrow a little bit. Let me do that. Let me. Oh, oh, okay, it's fine. Mm. Hmm. So I'm blending out underneath this eyebrow a little bit, so it's not like, you know. Because I was looking, it was feeling a little, you know, artificial. We already have enough artificial intelligence in the world. We don't need an artificial looking eyebrow for real. Okay, I'm gonna add some white. Add some white. Exactly, right? Enough artificial intelligence going on in the world. Artificial. Okay. We just slowly, you know, we making our way through, making our way downtown. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right? Slowly making our way where we need to go. Slowly making it. We still gotta do some shadow over there. Again, you know, you can fiddle with this a lot. Like, you know? You can really fiddle with this sort of stuff a lot. Okay, good. So I think I have the shadow that I want. Let me put a little bit more. And Just adding some shadow in. Shadow of the deep. Blending. And I want to make, let me see. I think I'm going to go, hold on. The eye. Eye of the tiger, it's the feeling of the. Alright, I'm going to dry this off. I want to make sure I get the eyes specifically how I want it before I add. And look at all this stuff. Look at this. Look at my hand. I want to make sure I add exactly what I want to the eye before I actually go in and put the eyelashes in, because yeah. I'm not going to be able to make any corrections to it without making a mess later on, you know? Without making a mess later on. The eye of the tiger. I don't know why that song is in my head like that, but there we are. Rising up, back on the street. Okay, I'm gonna add a little more gray. Bit more gray. I want to make sure I have enough of a shadow in that eyeball. I would like to blend out the Like to blend it in. Go. Rising up, back on the tree. Great. Um, mm-hmm. Back on the street. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get some white. I'm gonna throw some direct white on that. Straight up white. Still trying to figure out what. I don't know. I can't really do it with the acrylic right now, so you gotta deal with what you got. I need to blend this out. It's gonna be so horrible. Rising up, back on the street. I don't know where my eye. Alright, let's do. This is a mess. I'm a mess now. Absolute mess. Absolute mess. Okay, cool. Of the tiger. Do, do, do. Ow. Oy, oy, oy. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. I think I kind of got it where I want it. I'm afraid to blend out the eye, the pupil, because yeah, I don't want the pupil least to come for me. I don't want the pupil police to come for me. Yeah. Come on. What in the world is going on? Don't have a clue what's happening to my phone. I don't have a clue what's happening to my phone. All right, cool. It's back on track. What did I want to do? What did I want to do? Oh, I know what I want to do. So this. Put that little tear duct. I mean, it's not a tear duct. Whatever the hell this thing is called. I don't know what you call this thing for real. It's the lining of the eye. It's a lining. I don't know what it's called, but you get it. Okay. You get it. You know what I'm talking about. You get it. All right, so I'm blending. We're blending and we're blending. Yay. Very exciting. Very exciting stuff. I really forgot how much I really freaking love oil paint. It just takes so long. It don't even take long, but it just is so messy. Look at my hands. Look at my hands. Look at this. It's all up my hand, even though I prepared myself not to get messy, not to get nasty, but it's all up and down my hands. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? I used to do these little eye studies all the time. You know, it helps you learn. You're learning, but while having fun, as far as I was concerned. Learning while having fun. Aren't you having fun? Ooh. I don't know. Learning while having fun. Learning while having fun. All right, cool. Very exciting. So it's looking great. It's looking damn near like the photo. Boom. Photo. Boom. Photo. So the only differences I see is just little differences here and there. Little differences here and there. Again, if you want the traceable and the reference photos for today's project, it is available on my Patreon and it is listed on the screen. Um, I'm gonna add the light portions of this. And really, I'm like proud of myself for real. Because I definitely was not feeling like I was going to be able to pull it off since I don't have all the colors that I need. But we did it! Yay! I don't have all the convenience colors. Right? Don't have all the convenience colors, but I feel like I have the brain power. Don't ask me what that accent was. The brain power. Okay, I have all the brain power. I know how to mix colors, so I feel good about that. Ooh, we got some sunshine flowing through. Gonna like block you from getting all the sunshine? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Wait, no. Guess not. All right, so I think I feel good about where we are with the realism. This is pretty good for a 2 hour project or an hour project, depending on how fast you paint. We're gonna pop in our eyelashes because that's the very last thing you do. You do the details at the very end. And again, I'm still gonna try to put the timestamps in so you guys know where we stand. Yeah. All right. So I don't want the eyebrows to be like super dark. Oh, I don't know. I wanted to add, let me see. What color is this? Okay. I'm gonna add like a dark brown instead of whatever that was. That wasn't what I wanted. Instead, we'll do like a dark brown. And do start from here. I don't have the right brush for this either. You definitely want to have these a lot thinner than these are. These are not as thin as they should be. They're really not. But we're gonna make it work. Yay! Very exciting. We're definitely gonna try to make it work. And this thing is in the way. I need some black too. And this is not giving me the flicking action that I want either. I need a thinner brush. Give me these like very long things that I don't want. Give me everything I don't want. So I don't have the brush I need. It's good to use a very thin brush if you're gonna be using it for eyelashes, but you get the drift of what I'm going for, right? Um I don't know why I don't have a very thin brush, but I don't know why. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me why I do not have a thin brush. I don't know. It's a mystery to me why I don't have a thin brush. But here we are. I always hate these little eyelashes down here. And you know what's funny? Because I don't have eyelashes down here. I don't know if that's a man thing or maybe I don't know. I don't really have I never put those in when I paint things. I'm like I feel like it's such a useless thing to put that in there. Like why is it there? You know what I mean? I only got what I achieved what I wanted to achieve. That's the point, right? I wanted to make it as realistic as possible, and of course, you could always go in and do more layers and more layers and more layers. And the more you add, the more realistic it will be, you know? Ooh, damn. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Yeah, but I hate this. I really do. I hate it. And it hates me too. Freaking hates me because I hate that. It's like so ugly. We're erasing that. That's the good thing about oil paint. You can go in if you don't like something and erase it and say bye bye. I hate you. That's ugly. Yeah. Like goodbye. I think I'm gonna erase the whole thing for real. Cause I hate it. And there you go. There you go, darling. Um, I feel like I need more. Do a couple of more tweaks. Couple of more tweaks. Loads of tweaks. Let me see. I'm just blending the sides. Okay, and let's go into this phthalo blue. Kind of blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend it, love it. Mm. Kind of get some gray. Gray, gray, gray. And trying to straighten out this iris a little bit. Yay! It was very fun, you guys. I hope you had as much fun as I did doing this little project. I would love to hear from you down below. Let me know how you feel. Make sure you hit that like button. Sharing is caring. It helps me out in the algorithm. And let me know, should we do more projects like this in the future? How were you feeling about it? Were you feeling it or not feeling it? Whatever the case may be, just let me know. And I will be releasing my new course. It will be available in I'm going to break it down into modules to make it a lot more digestible for you guys and make it a lot more affordable. So for those of you that been wanting my course, but you know, the economy's bad and you guys just don't have the the full cash flow ready for that sort of investment. Then I'll break it down into modules and then you can get it piece by piece. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I still feel like I want to fiddle with this, but I feel like it's done. When you start feeling like you want to fiddle, it's done. Of course, once it dries a little bit, I'll probably try to do something with the eyebrows. I mean, the eyelashes, where it's not looking super blue and wild and all of that stuff. But for now, I think it looks great. But yeah, I love you guys, and I will catch you guys next week in another episode of Sketchbook Sunday. It's going to be fun. I never know what I'm painting. It's just all about exploration this year. Definitely give me your feedback. Or if you happen to be on Patreon, you can vote in the polls over there. Anyway, bye. Peace, peace, piece of chicken grease.